What's up, YouTube? Jeff, your Style O.G. And on today's video, we're going to talk about the most iconic boots. If you're new to the channel, we release a new video every day at 4 p.m. Eastern discussing various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. I invite you to subscribe and tap that notification bell and join us. And to my returning friends like Michael Cabrera, salute. Now, I often like to talk to you guys about menswear classics, things that are staples, things that have been in style for decades and will always be in style. And one of those categories that you definitely can find several examples of that are boots. So in today's video, what I'm going to do is run down my picks for the 7 most iconic boots. We've got work boots, we got dressy boots, we've got rugged boots. We got boots for everybody out there. But these are the boots that are classic menswear staples that are stylish years ago and to be in style next year and years to come. So without further ado, let's run down these icons. Now, out of these 7 iconic boots, I own or have owned 5 of the 7. Starting with our first one, the Clark's Original Desert Chukka Boot. A lot of people use the term Clark Desert Boot and Chukka Boot interchangeably. That's how iconic this boot is. Now, this boot was brought to America after World War II by Nathan Clark, and it's been a classic ever since. What I love about this boot is so versatile. It looks good on almost everybody. As you can see here with the different styles that I've shown when I styled this desert boot. We're talking about iconic, masculine, and classic. Look no further than the Clark's Original Desert Boot. Now, our next boot on the list is from a company that's been making great men's shoes for over 150 years. I'm talking about this Grinson Fred boot. Now check this one out. A beautiful brogue style dress boot. It was adapted from their classic brogue shoe, the Archie shoe. All they did was take the Archie shoe, make it a little taller, put that heel tab in the back, and you got a classic dress boot. Not only is this a beautiful boot, it's well made. The Grinson Company, the first ones to really adopt the Goodyear welting, the technique that allows you to change the sole and have the boot resoled over and over. The broguing, very distinctive. Quality, high quality. So when you think about throwing on a nice brogue boot, the iconic classic to look at is the Grinson Fred boot. Now next up, we have perhaps the most functional boot on our iconic boot list. I'm talking about the LL Bean boot / duck boot. Now this one, been around since 1912. Got the waterproof rubber combined with the great quality leather upper and its distinctive styling. Great bonus with this company, they stand by the boot. Anything going wrong with it, you're not satisfied, they'll send it back, repair it, or replace it. So with its distinctive styling and legendary customer service, definitely iconic boot, the LL Bean Duck Boot. Now, next up on our list is for my guys that like to rock anti-establishment, punk rock, rebellious styles. Of course, I'm talking about none other than the Doc Martin 1460 boot. Now, this was brought to market in the 1960s with its classic yellow stitching, and it looks better as you beat it up. I'm talking about a non-conformist cult classic that you see people from all walks of life rocking. Men, women, young and old. Definitely iconic boot, the Doc Martin 1460. Now for our next boot, we're going from the anti-establishment Doc Martin boot to something aspirational, handcrafted, and a little more stylish. I'm talking about, of course, the R.M. Williams Chelsea boot. Now this is a boot that's been worn by world leaders for years and years. This one, more of a grail. The beautiful, supple leather, handcrafted, personally and individually made. Although these come with a hefty price tag of about $1,000, they're usually out of stock and you gotta get on a waiting list. What R.M. Williams did was take their classic Chelsea boot, but elevate it, refine it. So now what you have is a beautiful, elegant, classy, and sexy Chelsea boot that's the standard setter, and definitely iconic. Now, you didn't think we were gonna do this list without talking about some Timbs. Of course not. Now, of course, the classic Timberland boot is the 6-inch. Right here, I have the 8-inch. I go through so many Timbs, can't even find my 6 inches right away. But you get the idea. We're talking about the classic wheat construction boot. Love this boot so much. As you can see here, got the lookbook that I did with the 6-inch boot. Now, the Timberland boot, a great example of how men take things that were intended for classic workwear use and make them stylish. Especially since the 80s and 90s and beyond, that's definitely what's happened with this iconic Timberland 6-inch boot. Whether you're wearing these to work or just looking fly, there's nothing more iconic than the Timberland Premium Wheat boot. And last but not least, on our list of the most iconic boots comes another one that was originally created for workers. This one specifically created for factory workers and farmers. I'm talking about the classic Red Wing mock toe boot. These classics have been around since the mid-1950s, known for its minimal tread, its crescent-shaped stitching, and of course its moccasin style. And on top of that, its Goodyear welting. You're talking about a boot, like I said, of course, was originally made for workwear, but as you can see, they're easily made very stylish. And once we got into the 2000s, hipsters adapted these and made them even more stylish. When you're talking about a stylish, classic, iconic boot, look no further than the Red Wing moccasin boot. Okay, so there you have it. My list of the 7 most iconic boots. Let me know which one are your favorites, or if you think I left an icon off the list. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, hit that like button. Helps the channel to grow. And of course, tap that notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos we release every day at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I'll check you out tomorrow.